Hello and welcome to Read Right Now. This week the programme is coming to you from Kilkenny. This is Kilkenny Castle and I'm here to look for our learner. His name is John Hallisey. Now I know that John is into digital photography, so that must be him over there. Let's go meet him. John, how are you?
Hi.
Lovely to meet you. What is a Kilkenny man doing inside the walls of Kilkenny Castle?
Well, I'm trying to take some photographs of Kilkenny. I want to get more history on Kilkenny. I think people in Kilkenny should know more about their own town.
Are you very interested in history yourself?
Always have been.
Right, are you going to tell us more about that as the programme progresses today,
Yes.
I take it? Good. Okay, and because this is Read Right Now, we'll have our usual learning points with Laura on improving your reading and writing skills, as well as setting up an email account. And have you ever wondered why the word mail, as in M-A-I-L, as in email, electronic mail, is spelled differently from the word male, M-A-L-E, as in a boy or a man? Same sound, but a different meaning. We'll be telling you more about that later on and giving you some tips and hints on that. And John, as you've got your digital camera, Claire, thank you very much indeed. How would you like to take a picture of this, our Read Right Now workbook? All you got to do is call us on a free phone number. It's 1800 20 20 65. That's 1800 20 20 65. The calls are free, the workbook is free, and believe me, you won't be sorry if you get this in your home. Now, what have we got to do next? Sir?
Did you ever take a digital photo before?
I did, but I don't have a camera, it wasn't mine.
That's no problem, I have one here for you.
Right, okay, so
Just want to take some photographs if you walk this way, please.
Photograph of what though?
History of Kilkenny.
History of Kilkenny, always say that.
Yes.
Now what exactly have you got in mind?
Myself and yourself are going to take some photographs of Kilkenny.
Oh, the main sites in Kilkenny.
Exactly,
the
main
historical
sites.
in
Exactly.
Kilkenny. Right.
And we're hopefully going to get Pat Tynan.
Who's he?
He's the person who does the local tours around, walking around and telling you the history of Kilkenny.
Yeah.
So I went to Word Aid and I wanted to kind of set up a new...
Who are Word Aid now?
They're a local reading club.
Right.
You kind of go to learn to read and write a bit better. So I went with them and I decided that I want to kind of learn history for Kilkenny people.
All right, so this is our first shot.
This is the first shot.
Kilkenny
Kilkenny
Castle.
Castle.
Have you been in contact with Pat? You've asked him about all this kind of stuff?
I have indeed. I've sent Pat Tynan an email.
Yeah.
I had to set up a new email account, so that was an interesting thing for me as well. So I went to the local library and they were very helpful, so they were.
Hi. Morning.
How are you? I was wondering, could you help me?
Yeah.
I want to set up an email account.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not too sure, so...
Yeah, we can help you, no bother at all. Do you want to come over to the computers
Thanks
with
very
me?
much.
There's many email accounts you can set yourself up on, but we use Hotmail. Okay, so what I need you to do is to type in Hotmail up in your address bar up there, please.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, Hotmail.
HOTMAIL.com, is it?
Yeah, .com.
C-O-M.
Okay, and go.
Go.
And that brings you right into your Hotmail setup account.
If you want to be able to send and receive emails, you need to set up an email account. And that's what this Get It is about. Email is short for electronic mail. You need to be on the internet to get an email account. Then you need to choose an email service provider such as Hotmail or Eircom.net. One very popular and free provider is Hotmail. Let's see how you would set up a new account with them. Their website address is www.hotmail.com. Click on New Account Sign Up and follow the instructions. You'll have to create your own email address. If you choose something really common like john@hotmail.com, you'll be told if someone already has that address. You'll have to make yours different from anyone else's by adding some extra letters or numbers. You'll also be asked to choose a password. Make sure you choose a password that's easy to remember. Every email address has the name of the person at the beginning, followed by the @ symbol. And finally, the name of the company the email is being sent to. Getting an email account is not that difficult, and at most times it's free. So with many people now using email, it's a great way to keep in touch.
I'm sending an email to Pat Tynan. Me and Derek Mooney are going to be taking digital photos of Kilkenny historical places, and I'm going to ask Pat Tynan, you know, where would be good places to take pictures of Kilkenny buildings for Kilkenny people, and hopefully, if he can give us some information about it. I'm just going to ask him now in this email. I went on a walking tour. I learnt a lot of things I never knew before. And we all walk past these places like the castle, which is so beautiful. We look at it and we say, more than this, it's big. More than that, Nelson, it's beautiful. And there's a lot of history behind it that nobody knows.
It's an interesting Celtic cross all the same. Who is it to, or who's
as far
buried
as I
here?
know, it's the graveyard.
The graveyard. It was the
Yeah.
smallest graveyard in Ireland then, like.
Well, it's the King and Queen's graveyard, as far
Oh,
as
I
I can
see.
remember from my history
I
stories.
was going to ask you about emails. How are you finding sending emails now?
Sending emails now are okay, but they weren't starting off at first. There's a lot of things with the carbon copies, the CC,
Yeah.
and sending it to an email address and all that stuff. I found it hard at first, but now it's just like sending anything.
I
at
was
all.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
In fact, I wouldn't touch them for ages, and then once I got the hang of it, and actually at the beginning it's like kind of the telephone thing. You keep
Exactly,
sending it
yeah.
to yourself. I kept sending,
That's true, all
sending
right, yeah.
return emails to myself the whole time, but now I've got the hang of it, and it's fairly straightforward.
It is pretty good now, so it is.
Many people today use email to keep in touch with family and friends all over the world. So this week's writing tip is on writing emails. The first step in writing an email is to click the button which says New. Depending on which type of email you're using, this button could say Compose, Write New Message, or something similar. This opens a new screen which you will use to write your email. This screen is a bit like a form, and you'll need to fill in some parts before you can send your email. In this example, we can see a blank area at the top beside the word To. This is where we put in the address of the person we're sending the message to. It's important to fill the address in correctly. If you make a mistake, then the message either won't be sent or may be sent to the wrong person. On the subject line, you should write in a short description of your message, something like meeting up in Kilkenny, so that the person receiving the mail will know what the message is about. Now, in the main part, we write the message. In emails, we generally write short messages. Once you've finished writing your email, all you have to do is click the send button, and your email should be delivered almost straight away.
This is one of the places that Pat Tynan recommended. It's the town hall. So we'll take a few photographs of around here and a few of the spots. Okay,
So this is your local
it is indeed.
town, really, isn't it?
I have pieces of my own little history, to tell you the truth.
Yeah?
If you look up here to the ceiling, there's actually little men up on the ceiling here. 7 years ago, when I was hanging around with my friends,
Yeah.
I was throw up the ceiling as a joke, you know what I mean, and wait for them to fall down.
And did he?
Well, a lot of them fell down, but as you can see, there's two still up there. They must be afraid of heights.
Had you nothing else to do? Had you no hobbies, no interests?
Well, I was on break from school, so when you eat your lunch, you know, you have something else to do.
Yeah. I don't see the kids doing it today, mind you. I thought you were doing martial arts and stuff.
Yeah, I am actually in martial arts. I teach martial arts in Kilkenny and in Castlecomer. We actually got a group there going over to America to fight and do demonstrations. One of the demonstrations is one of our girls takes on 4 guys, which are a lot bigger. And the main point is that you do not need strength for martial arts. It's all about upstairs and technique.
Mind over matters is what they
Exactly,
call it.
that's one of the main points about it. I've been doing kickboxing at least 8 years now, Sam. Got bullied in school. and I kind of decided to take it up for self-defence. After I went through all the ranks of all my belts, went through my white belt up to my first Dan black, now I'm actually teaching people myself, and it's nice to see people coming from their white belts. And there's a lot of people I was teaching and they're gone from white belt now up to purple, brown, there's even a junior black, so there is. So it's nice to see them kind of progress the same way as I did. Well, from coming into martial arts, from when I was young, I can see exactly the way the teenagers want to learn. When I went in there, I wanted to learn how to throw spinning kicks and show off a lot as well. I wanted to learn how to kick as good as Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee or anything in my first couple of days. And to explain to people in the class that it doesn't happen within the first day. If you tell them to practice at home, the more to practice at home, the quicker they're going to get on, go through their belts and all. From going to Word Aid, the first day I went in, I wanted to learn to read and write, and the first day, you know, I mean, as everyone does, you know, you wanted to get things done, and since I've been there, I've learned to read and write a lot better than I have. From there, I've kind of been able to fill out forms quicker. I'm actually writing a book at the moment as well, which I never thought I could do. So I see how the first day I wanted to go in and just learn how to read and write within the first couple of weeks and get out. Now I want to do a lot more things. The doors have been opened to a lot of areas that I never thought were even there.
Hey Barney.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Yeah. Well, how's the week go?
Grand.
Yeah.
Went out some of that book, so I did. So
You got it all typed out then, did you?
a lot of the story just still has to be done. One or two things I'm kind of stuck on.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. Just this part here, I wished to go to Disneyland and meet some Disneyland characters.
Right.
Just the word meet. I wasn't too sure which way to spell it. Was it M-E-E-T?
Alright, yeah.
Or was it the other way?
Yeah, go on.
And another one then was 3 months later, I went on my holidays to Tramore and Waterford with my granny. When they sound the same and spell different and things like that, I just get mixed up.
Okay, well that one there now you're saying, okay, I went to meet.
I think it's right,
You have
yeah,
it-
but I just like
you
to
have
make
it-
sure, you
You
know.
have it M-E-E-T.
Yeah.
And you're confusing them with what? The meat.
Meat as the butcher meat, or you know, to meet
Right.
someone.
Okay. And you're doubtful, you're not sure
Yeah,
when
I'm not
you're
too
right
sure
or not.
whether that's right or not.
Well, what do you do with the butcher meat?
Eat.
Eat it.
Yeah.
How do you spell eat?
Yeah, E-A-T.
E-A-T.
Yeah.
So that's the M-E-A-T.
Oh, right,
and
yeah,
this
yeah,
one is the
that's
other one. So you know them when you have
good
the
way
two
to remember
E's.
it, yeah.
So that's that one.
And 3 months later, I went on my holidays to Tramore.
Okay. Oh, and you're wondering about this?
Yeah.
Is it the tree that grows?
The tree grows, or is it the number 3?
Yeah. And that's a good one, because the way you say it the same way, don't you? You say
Yeah,
tree.
3.
Well, if you were saying it right, I'm not knocking the way you're talking
Okay.
or anything, but if you were saying it the way it's meant to be pronounced, you'd be saying 3.
Yeah, 3.
So you'd be saying it with the, like we say that the H softens the T.
Okay.
So you actually have it right.
Oh, that's good.
So now you're sure you have it
Yeah,
right,
exactly,
but
yeah.
you know the next time.
We don't know.